And the one that ignites. You've been there, haven't you? You muster up the courage, you approach, you give a woman a compliment, hoping to spark something, to see that flicker of interest in her eyes, and it just lands flat. You're pretty. Nice dress. I like your hair. It's like throwing a pebble into a vast ocean. It makes a tiny ripple and then it's gone, swallowed up. She might say thank you, she might even be polite, but you can feel it, can't you? It goes in one ear and straight out the other, leaving no lasting impression, no real connection. But what if I told you there are 3 forbidden compliments, and I call them forbidden, not because they're taboo, but because they're so rarely used, so psychologically potent, so deeply understood by those who know them, that they can make women genuinely captivated, intrigued, and yes, metaphorically speaking, drool over you. These aren't about superficial flattery. They're about triggering deep, primal attraction and forging an undeniable emotional connection by hitting her on a level most men completely, utterly miss. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have the exact words, the precise approaches that will instantly separate you from 99% of other men out there. Alright, let's dive into the first one, and this is a game changer. Forget the go-to lines about her eyes, her smile, her outfit. Those are fine, they have their place, but they rarely penetrate the surface. Instead, I want you to focus on this. I appreciate your specific non-physical trait or skill. This is about seeing beyond the physical, beyond what every other guy might notice in the first 5 seconds. It's about acknowledging something she likely values immensely about herself, but rarely, if ever, gets genuine recognition for. It's about validating her substance. Think about it. A beautiful woman hears she's beautiful all the time. It's almost like background noise. It doesn't make you stand out, it just confirms what she already knows, or what society constantly tells her. But when you pinpoint a quality that required her effort, her intellect, her character to cultivate, that's when you cut through the noise. That's when you signal that you're not just looking, you're not just attracted to the packaging, you're intrigued by the contents. This shift in focus is monumental in how she perceives you. So how do you do this? You need to be observant, you need to listen. Is she incredibly insightful during conversations? Perhaps she connects disparate ideas in a way that's genuinely unique, or she offers a perspective that makes everyone else pause and think. Instead of a vague, "You're smart," you could say with genuine sincerity, "You know, I really appreciate your insights on that. You have such a unique and articulate way of seeing things, and it's genuinely refreshing to hear." Notice the specificity. This isn't about flattery, it's about acknowledgement. It tells her that you're not just passively hearing words, but you're actively processing her thoughts, her contributions. It shows you value intelligence and depth, which, by extension, makes you appear more intelligent and deep yourself. It's a powerful reflection. She'll think, wow, he actually gets it, he sees that part of me. Or perhaps she's incredibly dedicated to her work, her art, a particular hobby, or even a cause she believes in. You see that fire, that commitment. Maybe she's told you about the hours she pours into her craft, the challenges she overcomes. Instead of just saying that's cool, you can say, I have to say, I really appreciate your relentless dedication to your passion. It's genuinely inspiring to see someone so committed and driven by what they love. This lands because it acknowledges her effort, her sacrifice, her grit qualities she has consciously developed. This compliment works on such a profound psychological level because it validates her internal world, her efforts, her character, the very things that make up her core identity. It's not about the genetic lottery of her appearance, it's about the person she has chosen to become, the skills she has worked to build. You're essentially saying, I see the effort you've put into being who you are, and I admire it. This is incredibly attractive because it makes her feel truly seen and understood. The delivery here is crucial. It needs to be calm, sincere, and slightly understated. Don't overdo it, don't make it sound like a pre-rehearsed line. It should feel like a natural observation that you're compelled to share because it genuinely impressed you or resonated with you. Let your tone convey that you mean it. It's not about being loud, it's about being resonant. Now for our second forbidden compliment, we're going to get even more personal, more specific. This one is about noticing and appreciating her unique individuality, often a part of her that isn't immediately obvious. The compliment is, you have a really interesting, specific, non-obvious personality quirk or energy. This requires you to pay even closer attention, to tune into the subtle nuances of her personality, the things that make her, her. Most people, men and women alike, have little quirks, unique ways of expressing themselves, or a particular energy they bring into a room. These are often the things that make them truly special, but they might also be things they're slightly self-conscious about, or at least unsure if others notice or appreciate. When you not only notice but positively acknowledge one of these unique facets, it's incredibly powerful. It makes her feel seen and accepted for who she truly is, quirks and all. What kind of quirks or energies are we talking about? It could be a subtly quirky sense of humor that only comes out when she's comfortable. Maybe she has a very calm, grounding presence that makes people feel at ease around her. Perhaps it's a sharp, witty comeback style that's both intelligent and playful. Or maybe it's a particular way she gets excited about small things, a unique laugh, or an unusual perspective on everyday life. These are the gold mines. For example, instead of just saying you're funny, which is generic, you might observe her unique brand of humor and say, you know, I love your playfully sarcastic wit, it's genuinely refreshing and so quick. Or if she has a more serene demeanor, there's a really interesting, quietly confident energy about you that I find very calming and compelling. The key is that it has to be and feel to her. This compliment works wonders because it validates her individuality. In a world where everyone is trying to fit in or project a certain image, being seen and appreciated for your unique, perhaps even slightly eccentric traits is incredibly affirming. It tells her that you're not looking for some generic ideal, but that you appreciate the distinct blend of qualities that make her who she is. It makes her feel like she doesn't have to hide those parts of herself around you. Many times these unique quirks are things she might have been teased about in the past, or things she's not entirely sure how people perceive. When you frame it positively, as something interesting or refreshing or compelling, you reframe it for her in that moment. You turn a potential point of insecurity into a point of attraction. This creates a strong sense of rapport and trust. She'll feel understood on a level that few people bother to reach. The ultimate respect, valuing her mind. I trust your judgment on specific topic. Our third forbidden compliment taps into a universal human desire, but one that is particularly potent in building respect and attraction, the desire to be valued for one's mind and competence. This compliment is deceptively simple but incredibly effective. I trust your judgment on specific topic. This isn't just about saying she's smart, it's about actively demonstrating that you respect her intellect, her opinions, and her decision-making capabilities. In a world where women are still, unfortunately, sometimes patronized or have their opinions dismissed, especially by men, explicitly stating that you trust her judgment can be a breath of fresh air. It signals that you see her as an equal, as someone whose perspective holds weight. This goes far beyond superficial attraction and builds a foundation of genuine respect, which is incredibly sexy and a cornerstone of any strong connection. How do you apply this? It often comes up naturally in conversation. Perhaps she's just shared an opinion on a book, a film, a current event, or even a social dynamic. Instead of just nodding or offering your own take immediately, you can say, that's a really insightful way to put it. What makes you say that? I genuinely trust your judgment on these kinds of things. Or if she offers a solution to a problem or a thoughtful analysis, that's a smart take. I really value your perspective and I trust your judgment on topics like this. This compliment works because it appeals directly to her intelligence, her competence, and her desire for respect. Everyone wants to feel that their thoughts matter, that their mind is appreciated. By explicitly stating your trust in her judgment, you're not just complimenting an isolated opinion, you're complimenting her overall capacity for sound reasoning and insight. This is deeply affirming. It also subtly positions you as a man who is secure enough in himself to value and acknowledge the intelligence of others, particularly women. It shows you're not threatened by a strong, intelligent woman, you're attracted to it. This is a hallmark of a confident, high-value man. It communicates that you are looking for a partner, an equal, not just a pretty face. This is incredibly appealing to a woman of substance. Moreover, this compliment invites her to share more of her thoughts, to elaborate on her reasoning. When you say, I trust your judgment, what makes you say that? You're genuinely inviting her to teach you something, to expand your own understanding. This creates a dynamic of mutual learning and respect, which is far more engaging and stimulating than a one-sided conversation or a debate where one person is trying to win. The delivery for this should be calm, confident, and sincere. It's not about being submissive or fawning over her intelligence. It's a statement of genuine respect from one thinking individual to another. So there you have it. 3 forbidden compliments that go far beyond the superficial. Whether you're a high-value man looking to connect on a deeper level, a lone wolf refining your approach, or simply someone dedicated to improving your game and forming genuine connections, these compliments, when delivered with sincerity and observation, will truly separate you from 99% of men. Say them right, understand the psychology behind them, and watch her energy shift toward you instantly, triggering that deep, authentic attraction you desire. These aren't tricks, they're tools for genuine recognition. If you found these male psychology insights and communication strategies valuable, and you're ready to master your interactions, understand the dynamics of attraction on a profound level, and become truly unstoppable in your personal and romantic life, then do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. Click the notification bell too so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos. Join our community, a community dedicated to stoic wisdom, emotional mastery, and building the life and relationships you deserve. Now, I want to hear from you. This is a conversation. Which of these forbidden compliments resonated with you the most? Which one are you going to make a point to try first? Or perhaps you have your own powerful, unique compliment that you've found works wonders in creating genuine connection. Drop a comment below and share your insights, your experiences, and your questions. Your experiences help us all learn and grow. Until next time, stay sharp, stay genuine, and go make those connections.